Hello! In this video, I'm going to be discussing easy ways you can adapt the Burley Bee bike trailer so it can function like a ski chariot or even a hands-free jogging stroller that you would pull behind you. The reason you might want to do this is that the Burley Bee bike trailer is really just a very simplified bike trailer. That's all it's designed to do. It's lacking some bells and whistles that some other trailers have, even made by Burley. And that cuts costs. It also cuts a lot of weight. So that might be one reason, especially if you're going to be pulling two kids, that you might buy the Burley Bee. You can also find them for a pretty affordable price on the secondhand market. And some of these adaptations, I imagine, could also work with other trailers that you might find. So some of the extras the Burley Bee lacks are the handlebars over the top that would allow it to function like a stroller if you connected a wheel to the front. It also doesn't have the two connection points on either side of the trailer that you see there. It just has one on, I guess, looker's right side. And so if you're trying to use this as a pull-behind chariot, you're going to need to connect to the other side as well. One other thing I'll mention is that it's a two-seater, but it's really only about maybe 3 inches wider than the single-seater you see on the right here. Still, that changed the way the poles extended to my waist. I felt like I either needed to be more of a fertility goddess or else make another adaptation to get the poles to extend to my waist the right way. So first, let's look at the easy part. I'm going to put the ski pole into the part that already has the built-in connection point, but you can see I'm pushing it past where it's supposed to go. I'm putting the little bolt in there. It's going to allow the pole to not pull out, but it does also allow it to rotate a little bit in so it fits my waist better. The other side has no built-in connector, so this is where things get a little more interesting, especially because as I went to shoot this video, I noticed that one of my double clamps was broken. So I'll deal with that in a second. The most important thing on this side is that I have this little C-shaped clamp for very cheap from a hardware store, and I just put that over both sides of the pole. And again, the pole has holes on either side, and that allows me to just put this little bolt right through there and hold it in place against this kind of bumper thing that is already built in on the side of the Burley Bee. And you just saw me pick up the broken piece of the double clamp that's supposed to hold the pole at the proper height. So I'll be buying, I guess, a better double clamp from online. They're pretty cheap. But an easy fix in the field is I just had this little rubber twisty tie, I guess, from the automotive department at Walmart. And of course, the last thing to do before you throw your kid in here is you have to let them play first. A little bit, but it's going to get smoother up here. I want you to get to the smooth part up here.
Okay. Way back.
Okay, now straighten out. There you go. Good job. I think those skis are the right size for you. The other ones might be a little too small now. Try to keep your skis straight. Don't let them crisscross in front or behind.
I don't have enough practice here.
Yeah, but you're getting better already so fast. Woo! Are you being performative?
No. Can you help me? What does performative?
Means you're doing something because there's an audience. I'm guessing Gen A is going to be even worse than the millennials as far as that goes. Maggie's here with a 3-pin setup that I kind of forced onto these, what are they called, Snow Pup kids skis that had kind of a universal type binding that you just bind a boot into. But those are just less stable. The boots always seem to slip out. And the hole pattern when I took those out worked with these old school lightweight cross-country 3-pin bindings. And these boots are a little too big for her, but she has some slippers she wears around the house. And with the slippers, she can take up all the space inside, and it kind of works.
We're gonna crash.
All right, stay on your track. Keep those skis straight. Boom! Good fall. Hey, Maggie. Apparently, you haven't watched the latest Jared Mannanen video, because he says you need to lean forward a little more so you don't fall back like that. All right, keep going. Woo, good catch. Well, that's enough excitement for Maggie, so it's time for her to hop in the chariot and hitch a ride and hopefully take a nap. You can see there's a decent amount of trunk space if you need somewhere to put your kids' needs and your own needs. As far as cross-country skiing experience goes, you can go at a pretty decent clip on broken trail. It's not going to be as fast as if you weren't pulling a chariot, but it's pretty good. But here you can see I'm trying to break my own trail through some deep snow, and I'm going uphill a bit, and that can be kind of tough. It's doable, but I don't recommend it. You can see there's a lot of snow building up at the front of the trailer, so not only are you pulling your kids' weight and breaking trail, but you're also pulling a mound of snow. You can see the little track I made for myself to test this out with a little bit of speed going downhill. The Burley Bee doesn't have the suspension system that some of the more expensive trailers have, but I'm pretty happy with how it seemed to correct itself right there when it started to lean. And finally, Maggie is starting to nap as her head bobs. In case anybody starts to wonder, why bother with all this? Why not just put your kid in a regular old stroller and go around the neighborhood? I'll let the scenery speak for itself as far as that goes. There are a few things I want to mention in closing. One, maybe you've noticed in some of this footage that occasionally my skis fling snow at my child. And so keep in mind, if your kid isn't verbal yet, they might not be able to tell you that that's making them really cold. So you're a little bit cold from the snow?
Yeah.
Because it splashes up and hits you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is your body cold or just your hands?
My hands.
Okay. So that would be a pretty easy fix if I just put the plastic part of the flap down in front of Maggie to block the snow from hitting her. You can also see this is kind of a rough ride for napping. How was your nap, Maggie?
Well, I just had a deep bit of sleep.
You slept pretty good there.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of naps and also things that my wife would say, there's one thing I feel like I need to mention, and that is that if you have a double trailer like this, there's a decent chance you're planning on pulling a baby. And I think that's great. That's the idea. That's why we got ours. Welcome Valerie to our family. And even though Maggie took a nap in this, I would not let a baby take a nap. Instead, I would bring along a carrier and throw a baby in that if she gets sleepy, because I think that the angle that the seat is at is just too upright to be safe for a baby's head when they're sleeping. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.